From canvas to clothing, we meet a local artist who has turned her paintings into a unique fashion statement. And we'll head up the mountain to go over a very important chairlift checklist. That's on this episode of Go Sea to Sky. Welcome to Go Sea to Sky. I'm your host, Heather Butts. We're heading up Whistler Mountain in just a few minutes, a place where many local artists find inspiration, and Vanessa Stark is one of them. Like many local artists who live in the Sea to Sky corridor, she's pushing her talents to the limit. You may find her work on the walls of your favorite coffee shop or on someone sitting next to you.
I just kind of let myself go and get into it, so I'm not even really thinking about much. Usually my mind's just kind of wandering away, and yeah, it's just really relaxing, almost like meditating.
Letting her paintbrush guide her, Vanessa Stark becomes mesmerized by soft, subtle strokes of color drifting across her canvas.
I think it's really an intuitive painting style that I do, so it's I usually listen to music and relax and just kind of let it flow.
Not fitting with a particular genre, Stark coined her work mountain style, inspired by her active life on the West Coast. A local to the Sea to Sky corridor, her work can be found in several local venues.
I think my art is really like mountain style fun. It's been really influenced by my lifestyle, which is like snowboarding, mountain biking, and living the good life in the mountains, so I think it reflects that.
Her passion for the outdoors, balanced with her artistic talent, has led Stark down a variety of avenues, from commissioned work for homes to top sheets for prior snowboards. Always pushing the boundaries, Stark has now grown from canvas to clothing.
A couple years ago I started doing the baby shirts, and those went really well, and then I wanted to expand into adult shirts. And yeah, so I put my Wild and Free series on the shirt, so I have 3 different designs right now.
The Wild and Free series is a combination of an original drawing merged with a typographic map. It's then screen printed on the shirts at a shop in Pemberton.
I have an animal and a map together because there's a connection between the land and the animal and the spirits of that area, so I think it gives more of a story to the piece that you're looking at when you see the map and the animal together.
An affordable and practical piece of art, Stark sees it as a way to make her work accessible to all and hopes the unique medium will continue to flourish.
You see people you don't know wearing your shirt that you designed, and it definitely makes you feel a little smile come on.
From large canvas pieces to small prints, she's been selling her work for 10 years but turned her passion into a full-time career just 3 years ago. She attributes her success to her mountain community, both for inspiration and support. Her art is warm and inviting. Every piece tells a different story, but Stark's whimsical movement and vibrant tones leave it to the observer to say how it ends.
You'll find Vanessa Stark at Whistler's annual Bazaar or online. Now, she's not the only Pemberton artist whose work will amaze you. Andy Lambrecht is creating something very unique, and you wouldn't think you'd find it this far from the ocean. Take a look.
They're so beautiful. I always say that they're really hard to make them look bad. They just look good, no matter really what you do. Once you put the resin on the wood, it just pops.
Andy Lambrecht spends 6 months of the year tucked away in a small workshop in the Pemberton Valley. Here he combines his fine woodworking technique, a love for nature, and a passion for surfing.
I made my first board and it turned out really good. And I got a lot of positive feedback from a lot of my friends and peers, and a couple friends actually wanted me to make boards for them. And so that's kind of how it all started.
8 years and 100 boards later, this ex-ski patroller has turned his hobby into a full-time job. When he's not surfing, of course. He found the typical polyurethane blanks and polyester resin too toxic. So the skilled carpenter turned to what he knew best, wood, and Pemberton is the perfect place for it.
Canada really works for making wooden boards, just because Canada really is the land of wood. I make all my boards out of reclaimed wood as well, and usually predominantly Western red cedar.
Going over the board with precision, he is more of an artist than a builder, and he doesn't keep this talent to himself. Lambrecht offers several board-making clinics throughout the Sea to Sky corridor and in Mexico.
You're walking down to the beach, it's under your arm. People are always stopping you and saying, wow, that's a beautiful board, or geez, where'd you get that? And then when you say, oh, I made it, you know, they're like, no way, you know.
Milled Western red cedar is laid out, creating a unique design for the board's surface, carefully laminating pieces together, smoothing out every bubble to ensure a clean, clear skin to be glued to the frame. The hardest part of the whole process is shaping the rails.
Because you build out the rails solid, they're square, and then you need to shape those rails to whatever profile or shape that you want them to be to match the board.
The surf industry didn't need saving, but it is changing. With the emerging popularity of stand-up paddleboards, Lambrecht has expanded his clinics to include those too. 40% of his orders are for the 9-foot boards. Made with reclaimed wood from unique mountain locations, like a wave in the ocean, no two boards are the same.
I made a board for a guy out of wood that was salvaged and reclaimed from the old orange chair top lift ramp. So every board kind of has a story. It used to be something else, and now it's a surfboard. And people really connect with that.
Lambrecht is running courses in Mexico all winter long and back here in Whistler in the spring. Now, if you'd like to watch one of these stories again, or maybe view one of our full episodes that you may have missed, check us out online, youtube.com/WhistlerShaw. Go Sea to Sky, we're your local voice.
Coming up,
we have some great hidden gems out here. We have a honey farm, a cranberry farm, we have hazelwood herb farms.
exploring Nanaimo's Cedar Trail to discover artists at work.
The following are proud supporters of community programming on Shaw TV.
Hairstyling and color services for Heather Butts are provided by The Loft Salon. TheLoftSalon.com.
Hi folks, it's me, Don Taylor, way up here with my friend Murph. At Levitt Machinery, they sell, lease, rent, and service all these machines, and they offer certified training. Need a lift? Stack it, reach it, lift it. Levitt.
What could be more rewarding than giving children abilities?
I can't think of a thing. And when you watch Timmy's Christmas Telethon, you can help support young hearts and minds.
That's right, we'll all be there Sunday, December the 8th on Shaw TV with special guest hosts and great musical guests.
And we'll have stories of special children from around the province.
So call in and pledge. See you then.
Welcome back to Go Sea to Sky. I'm your host, Heather Butts. Whistler Mountain is open, so we're heading up the gondola to have some fun. But it's time to take a look at some new fashions. Plus-size model Ashley Graham has designed a new line of lingerie for Additionelle. This week on West Coast Style, our reporters sit down with her to talk to her about her collection and being beautiful at any size.
You probably already know Ashley Graham for her many years being a beauty and style icon. In fact, you've probably seen her in her underwear, but you've probably never seen her in the underwear that she's designed, until now.
It's very hard for women of my size, breast size, and even larger to find something that's supportive, that's comfortable, something that I can wear day to day.
So why did you decide that Additionelle was who you wanted to design for?
Additionelle is the bra expert. Their support, their comfort is key when it comes to the bra, and that's why it was so easy for me to collaborate with them. The average size American's woman breast is a 30-60. There's lots of women that are in need in that size.
And what American and Canadian women need, according to Ashley, is lingerie that offers them support and coverage while making them feel sexy. And we're not talking granny bras.
So this is my favorite bra in my collection. This is the non-padded embroidered bra. This is the molded version, and it's all about the detail with this bra.
Now, Ashley, you've got more than bras and underwear in this collection. You've got these babies.
Chemises! Yes, we do. I love my chemises. These are absolutely stunning. We've got the pink one and we've got the black one. They're very different.
Yeah.
These are so fantastic for the girl who actually just wants to cover up a little bit more. There's actually a built-in bra, so you get the full effect of like the support of a bra, right?
That is nice. And you can feel sexy but covered if that's important.
Exactly. And the bottom part is microfiber. So it stretches, it goes with you, nothing's clinging. It's actually, you can just throw it in the wash. It's super easy. You continue to feel sexy all day or all night long.
Is there a certain pride for you in being a plus size model?
I don't like the word plus size. Fashion has dubbed us plus size. And in fashion, a size 8 is considered plus size. I've been told I was fat, I've been told I was skinny, I've been in, I've been out. I'm happy with who I am, I'm happy with the way my body is, and this is just where I am naturally. I'm not gonna conform to beauty standards.
We're so excited to be partnering with Ashley Graham. I mean, she is the most iconic model in the industry. She's a lovely person inside and out, and her taste level and what she brings to it and her style aesthetic, we're very excited to have that in our stores.
All day, all night, yes. I love all of my bras. I'm very happy to be plus size, and I'm very happy to be curvy, and I'm very happy with my body. I love my body, I love every inch of it.
We don't think you're alone there, Ashley. I'm Erin Shaw for West Coast Style.
Additionelle is carrying the Ashley Graham line exclusively. It's time now to take a little road trip. This week we're heading to Nanaimo. We're going to tour the Cedar Trail. It hosts 24 local attractions with all sorts of artists.
Quality Assured Collision's road trip is brought to you by Quality Assured Collision, found online at qacollision.ca.
A detour off the main highway of Vancouver Island will often lead you through rippling landscapes, at times meandering alongside open pastures, moments later through densely forested tracts of land in predominantly rustic expanses of society. Today's road trip takes us through a small hamlet about 8 kilometers south of the city of Nanaimo that's interspersed with a wide array of cottage industries.
We have some great hidden gems out here. We have a honey farm, a cranberry farm, we have Hazelwood herb farm, some great culinary experiences that they grow the herbs and their produce right in their backyard to put it onto your plate and do some wine pairing.
Locally known as the Cedar Yellow Point Trail, travelers are invited on an expedition of sorts that endows the adventurer entry into revered studios, workshops, or meadows to perceive for themselves a variety of skilled crafters and the merchandise they create.
It's real people being truly empowered to work in something that they care about and love, and then creating things that other people take home and enjoy. Vic will frequently throw on the wheel for people, or he will show them this amazing decorating technique that creates trees almost in front of your eyes instantly. You'll get to see as many as 5 or 6 different techniques being employed, and people walk away saying, I had no idea that this is what pottery was. I didn't know it took that long to make a mug, or that every piece you do is touched and worked on individually and created individually.
There's plenty to discover on these open country roads. In fact, there are 24 attractions on the Cedar Yellow Point Trail map. Where should we go next? Right there. Okay.
That's the great thing, is that people are welcome to come and look around the display gardens and our production gardens and see what we're up to. They can check out what we're doing in our kitchen. So, and it's always very seasonal. It's always something different depending on the time of year, what we're harvesting and what we're doing with it. This is the tangerine sage. This is the blossom. You're welcome to try one.
You can actually eat this?
Yes. Makes a great garnish for salad. And you can make tea out of the leaves.
The artisan studios, the craft shops, B&Bs, and farms are open year-round, and at this time of the year includes some seasonal delights.
My wife and I, we started this in 2001. We moved over here from the mainland, and we've pretty much developed everything. Our main focus is, of course, growing cranberries, but we have a store, a jam and preserve store. We grow, we cook and make over 20 different preserves, jams, sauces, as well dried packaged products, cookie mixes and scones, things like that. We want people to come out and learn about cranberries, learn about the farm.
I think for people who live here, the chance to come and see active artists at work in their environment, find out what inspires them, make a weekend tour out of it, and the Cedar Yellow Point tour is perfect for that.
The Cedar Yellow Point Trail is a cornucopia of country hospitality, local edibles, and fine crafts. For Quality Assured Collision Road Trip, I'm Annette Lucas.
Quality Assured Collision's road trip has been brought to you by Quality Assured Collision, found online at qacollision.ca.
From pottery to farming and sweet treats too, there's certainly something for everyone along the Cedar Trail. And perhaps you have your local favorite right here in the Sea to Sky corridor. Why don't you tell us about it? Visit us at facebook.com/GoSea2Sky.
Later in the show,
this is the drive station for the Emerald Chair, so it has basically the mechanics of running the lift.
we go over a chairlift checklist to ensure a great season lies ahead.
Your card has been declined.
Oh, try this one.
Rob here. Collections here. How many times do I have to call you to collect this debt?
What are we gonna do? This one's been declined too.
Does your debt feel like it's getting out of control? We are a nonprofit service, and we're here to help. Call the Credit Counseling Society today. All you've got to lose is your debt.
1 in 3 Canadians know someone with Alzheimer's disease or another dementia. I'm one of those Canadians. September is World Alzheimer's Month, and the Alzheimer's Society of BC wants you to get involved. Use your creative ideas, your outstanding talents, and your sizzling passions. We make it easy to create a unique fundraising event or join in someone else's. Do anything for Alzheimer's and help support people with dementia, their caregivers, and research for a cure. Let's get started at anythingforalzheimers.ca today.
What could be more rewarding than giving children abilities?
Nothing I can think of, and when you watch Timmy's Christmas Telethon, you can help enrich the lives of BC children with physical and cognitive disabilities.
Caitlin and I will be there Sunday, December 8th on Shaw TV with special guest hosts and great musical guests.
And you'll meet special children and families from around the province.
So call in and pledge. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to Go Sea to Sky. I'm your host, Heather Butts, hanging out on top of beautiful Whistler Mountain, where skiers and boarders are taking advantage of the early season. And in just a few minutes, we'll jump on a lift and take you behind the scenes. We'll see what it's like to get these lifts ready for you. Now first, it's time for this week's edition of Higher Learning. Now Melanie has been a groundskeeper, a bus driver, and last week a sports reporter. But this has got to be her most challenging job, a daycare worker in Coquitlam.
Sprott Shaw College's Higher Learning is brought to you by Sprott Shaw College, found online at sprottshaw.com.
Kids are funny, carefree, and always bursting with energy. Today, I test my love and my patience when I spend the day with some tiny tots. Oh! Thank you.
Melanie's the new kid on the block today at Kids Cottage in Coquitlam.
My name's Jeff Punter, and I've been a daycare worker for 6 years. With kids, it's so simple. They'll tell you how it is. They're very honest. It's almost like overload with on the brain when you first come in here because there's so many things you have to do.
Her first task, circle time.
Melanie is going to read a book. She's going to read it for circle time. The story should be fairly easy for Melanie, however, it's getting the kids' attention.
What's my name?
Melody.
Melody? That's close. Can everyone see?
No.
No? Okay. Can you move back a little bit? Now can you see? Is that okay? Okay. As she took off her raincoat, out from behind the doghouse came the... I love Robert Munch. So Mud Puddle is one of my favorite books, which made it easier. What I loved is the kids were so enthusiastic. They would yell Mud Puddle, which is awesome.
Hey, Mud Puddle!
Melody's doing pretty well. She's nice and loud and clear, and she's interacting with the kids. She probably just needs to bring to the kids' attention, stop the story, and just say, hey, can everybody find a letter behind a yellow line? And then we can all see the story.
The disciplining part, they're so cute. I couldn't get them in trouble. That was a downfall.
So she's going to be doing a match game with the kids.
Match game? Yeah. They were not going to listen to me. Oh, no. I lost control at that point. You're already playing. Okay, everyone back behind the yellow line, please. Okay, we'll find an umbrella. Hold on. I was given a stack of umbrellas. I did not write their names on them. Poor little Antonio didn't have an umbrella. I'm so sorry. I was doing so well.
So we had a crying child, and Melanie was a little confused with what to do. So, hey, that's part of the job.
Easy on the paper towel there.
Transitions, that's the word. That's the difficult thing about this job.
Getting the kids from the bathroom to get from inside to outside to put their coats on, that is a whole nother job, okay? Hi. Oh, wrong foot. Where's your suit thing? Is this all you have? They're having a panic attack. I'm having a panic attack. I don't know whose is what. Oscar, you didn't tell me you had another layer. Yeah, it's funny, right? One down, about 15 to go. Here we go, outside time. How do they still have so much energy?
She managed to get the kids outside and onto the playground. But all kidding aside, could she make it as a daycare employee?
So, how'd I do? Would you hire me or would you fire me?
Let's ask the kids.
You're hired!
They must like me.
I think they do. Congratulations. I think you got the job.
That doesn't mean you're leaving, though. You have to help me with
Oh, okay. No problem. It's very important they have a good relationship and trust the teacher.
I have a true respect for this profession, and I had a really good time here. But I'm not doing this again for a long time.
Sprott Shaw College's Higher Learning is brought to you by Sprott Shaw College. Found online at sprottshaw.com.
Ski and snowboard season is in full swing here at Whistler-Blackcomb. All right, not every run is open just yet, but they will be soon. And as more of the mountain opens, more lifts begin running, carrying guests up the mountain with ease so we can enjoy our trip down. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done before any of us load the chair.
Often taken for granted, the chairlift is an important aspect of a mountain resort. As I ride up the Whistler gondola, I gaze out at the thousands of acres of skiable terrain, all accessible by a variety of lifts. I find myself wondering what it takes to get them ready for ski season. I decided to meet up with a lift mechanic to get all the answers.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Heather.
How are you?
How are you?
Good, good. So you're in charge of all the lift mechanics?
I am looking after the Emerald Chair for pre-season checks. So come on in and we'll start out.
Perfect. Wow, so what do we have here, Craig?
So this is the control cabinet for the Emerald Chair. Basically all the electronic controls are within this cabinet. And what we're doing for pre-season is we're just checking our stop buttons, which are these here. And we're just making sure that there's no electrical faults and that the lift's gonna run fine.
All green lights, it's ready to run. The electrical checklist complete, we head towards the mechanics of it all.
So Craig, we're heading up into sort of the belly of the beast, I guess.
This is the drive station for the Emerald Chair. So it has basically the electric motor, the gearbox, the mechanics of running the lift.
Okay.
Let's go up.
Craig guides me to a sea of motors, brakes, and gearboxes, not often viewed by anyone other than a lift mechanic.
Back here are the two diesel engines.
Okay.
And
Major lift maintenance is done during the summer months. The brakes are torn apart and every piece within this station gets a thorough checkup. The fine-tuning is what happens just before the season begins.
We make sure the tires are full of air, the belts are tight, and the lift just runs like it should for a normal day of skiing.
And of course, checking the lift includes riding the lift.
That's right, and I think we should go for a ride around.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, let's go.
The Emerald lift has 145 chairs on it. Each lift tower, roller, and chair goes through a critical inspection in the off-season, ensuring that not only the lift will run, but it's safe.
We also do 25% of non-destructive testing on every lift. So 25% of the grips you see on the rope here are completely taken apart, they're tested, and new parts are added, they're put back together and put back on the carriers.
Wow.
Riding the lift is the most important part of the inspection, and it's done on a daily basis all winter long. A certified member of the lift operation team does a full ride around, called a line check, before guests are able to load the chair.
Basically, I'm watching the rope go over each tower, and I'm also listening for any irregular sounds that may come up, and we might have to go and look at that before we can let the lift open for public.
All of Whistler-Blackcomb's 37 lifts are checked daily, so guests need not worry. Here, you should simply relax and take in the striking views before you make your way down to enjoy them all over again.
Whistler-Blackcomb has more than 150 lift operators working their 37 lifts. And now that you see what it takes to get these lifts ready for you, be sure to give them a smile next time you load the chair. That does it for this episode of Go Sea to Sky. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.